What do you do when you have a dreamer and a realist trying to fall in love and create a life together? You're gonna have a power struggle and you're going to have a little turmoil. But hope is not lost and you can definitely make this type of a relationship work. It does require some tips and tricks that I have for you today. So let's dive in. So when you have a dreamer, that's usually a person who likes to talk about big ideas, likes to dream about things far in the future, likes to probably already start planning the wedding after the first couple of dates. And when you have a realist, that person is the total complete opposite, where they like to take things slowly, one day at a time. They don't like to rush themselves and they don't really like to think about things in like a big picture point of view. They like to have very realistic steps and plans and strategies to get to where they're trying to go. It's not to say that a realist doesn't dream, and it's not to say that the dreamer can't be a realist when needed. But it does require you to grow as a person and to expand as a person in order to be someone who can be a dreamer and be grounded in reality, and a realist who can dream and inspire and hold the vision for long term. So I'm talking about this topic, which is so near and dear to my heart because I am the dreamer in my relationship and my husband is the realist. He's an accountant, he's got a corporate job, he has been killing it in the normal world, which is what I call the normal world. Versus me, I was raised by entrepreneurs, I have an entrepreneurial spirit. I like to think that the world is my oyster. I have unlimited possibilities for what I can achieve in this lifetime. So when my husband and I first got married, I loved how ambitious he was. I loved how real he was, how he was really crushing it in life. And he was drawn to me and my big dreams and my big visions, and he was so like in awe of me. But then what happens is what you fall in love with in a relationship is usually the very thing that causes the power struggle once you guys get into the reality of life. So why does that happen? It's because the way that you both like to live and operate gets challenged when there's someone with complete opposing viewpoints and ideologies and ways of doing life, and now you're forced to choose between compromise, sacrifice, or what I like to do with my couples is help them pave a new way forward. Before I figured this out, when my husband and I first got married, for the first 6 years of our marriage, it was hard because we weren't figuring out what works for both of us. What we were doing is I was compromising or he was compromising, and we felt like neither of us were really getting our way. Like both of us were just kind of failing because he would sacrifice and then I would get my way, but then I would feel guilty, and vice versa. He would feel guilty if I got my way. And it just wasn't sustainable. It wasn't working. We were constantly fighting and struggling. We had so much resentment because neither of us were getting what we wanted. So the biggest challenge in this kind of a relationship comes when the dreamer has a dream of not doing things conventionally, trying to start a business or, creating content or trying to find different revenue streams. And the realist honestly isn't able to dream big, and they're just thinking how hard it's going to be, and they want to protect you from how hard it's going to be. That was the case in my relationship where I didn't want to be in corporate America anymore, and I wanted to go all in on taking a chance on me. And my husband, love him so much. He's so amazing at wanting to protect me. He saw how hard that was going to be, and he saw the struggle, and he just wanted to remind me that even though I had this dream, it's not going to be handed to me on a silver platter, versus corporate America is just safer. Although I don't believe it's safer anymore in this day and age because hello, look at all these layoffs, and I got laid off before. But I do understand what he's saying, where it's a consistent income, consistent paycheck. You know what's coming in, and you know that God forbid anything happens, you can apply for that same role. You have something to offer on a resume that fits in a box where corporate can say, okay, you're employable. But when you go off that path and you have a gap in your resume, it's really hard to come back into the corporate world. So I completely understand his point of view and where he's coming from. However, I also know me, and I know that if I don't do the things that I want to do or feel like I should do from the inside, from my gut, from my intuition, I'm always going to wonder what if, and I'm going to live a life of regret. And he, thank God, the Aquarius that he is, also understands that a life with regret is not the way to be and not the way to live. So thank God we didn't struggle too much when it came to that. But I coach couples and I see that struggle happen often, which is why I'm making this video. And I hope to give you guys some pointers if you're struggling in your relationship, because say you want to do something and your partner thinks it's not possible, that's going to cause a lot of friction. So I hope this video helps you figure out how to navigate those treacherous waters, because it's not a fun place to be. And when you get over that hurdle and you figure it out and you get into the flow of it, it becomes so amazing. Like smooth sailing, support, encouragement. You guys are on the same page. You're able to lean on each other for the vulnerable moments and to have that extra support. So if you are, just starting your entrepreneurial pursuits, or you're just starting to create content and just starting to create a personal brand, or whatever new project that you're working on, you're starting it. Like the hardest part from a dreamer's point of view, because I'm the dreamer, is that not only do you have to hold that vision of what you think you can achieve and what you want to do and what you want your life to look like, but then you also have to convey that to the realist, and you have to hold space for their response where they start to tell you all the ways that can go wrong. So at first, our friends do this to us, our parents do this to us. They're not attacking your dream from a place of malice. What's really happening is they want to protect you because they see how difficult it is and how hard it is. And sometimes the dreamer doesn't really see the full picture, although I'm sure you do, because I did. And, they think that we are just being delusional, but it's not delusion, because if you don't have that vision and you don't see something that other people can't really see, you're not really a true visionary. A true visionary has that view and has a dream in them, because the universe has full intentions of you achieving it. Not to say that's going to be handed to you easily, and that you are just willing to go through whatever it takes because you're choosing what you want to work for. Do you want to work and give that time and energy to make someone else rich, or would you rather take that energy and put it into your own visions and your own dreams? So the dreamers, I get you, I feel you, I am you. And I also want to let you know not to take it personally when the person that you love is coming up with these realist situations, and you may feel like they're draining your energy, they're pulling you down, they don't want to see you shine, they're stopping you from doing the work that you came here to do. So I just want to give you guys their point of view. It really is coming from a place of love and wanting to protect you. Same thing with parents. Like, I know so many people that don't go after their dreams because they're scared of what their parents are going to say. They're scared that they're going to disappoint their parents. They're scared that they're going to upset their parents. And you can't live your life for your parents. Like, they didn't have you, or even some people do have kids because they want the kids to live out their missed opportunities and their missed dreams. But that's not healthy. And if you want to truly be a whole person, a sovereign being, a conscious, awakened human being, then you at some point have to put yourself first and put your dreams first, no matter who it hurts. And not because you are being malicious and not because you are being a narcissist or any of those negative traits. It's because if you don't have a moment in your life where you choose you over the voices of what other people say or think, you're never going to activate your own inner sovereign power where you are the person making your own life choices. When you are giving other people's opinions weight in your life and in your reality over the intuitive gut and nudges that you're feeling within, you're always going to be the type of person who doesn't actually achieve your highest potential. That's the worst place to be for a dreamer. Like, you can see the vision, you can see how amazing you could be, you can see your full potential, you making your own money, you making an impact, you inspiring others, you really making a legacy for yourself. And if you let other people's opinions, other people's fears, other people's projections get in the way of you not achieving that, you are going to live a life of bitterness, resentment, and regret. Those are the three worst things to die with. Trust me, I think I've had a past life where this has happened to me because I feel so passionate about this. I need to make sure that if you're in my world, you will not live a life of regret. I will make sure that I am constantly reminding you of these dreams that you have, of these goals that you have, and I'm a pusher. If you're hire me as your mentor, I will make sure that you do not allow any limiting beliefs to get in the way. I'm not the type of coach or mentor that enables your behavior. I am the one who calls you out in a loving way to let you know that, hey, you are missing this opportunity because of this. And hey, I think if you look at this in a different way, you may be able to get over it. I think that if you're a dreamer and a visionary and you're married to a realist, you need to hire a coach, you need to hire a mentor, you need to have people in your life that support you, because there's going to be so many moments of discouragement and disappointment, and so many moments where you're like, I don't think I can do this. And the realist, your partner or your family or whoever it is, they're going to hold you. They're going to wait to support you, and they're going to be there for you. And it can get really safe to be like, you know what? This is too hard. Maybe I will just go back to my comfort zone. And truly the worst thing you can do as a visionary and as a dreamer is stay comfortable in your comfort zone, because that's where the resentment lives. That's where the bitterness lives. But the realist doesn't see it that way. They don't think that they are stopping you. They don't think that they're holding you back. They think that they're offering you a soft landing place and stability and safety and security. They are, but at the same time, that soft landing place can become really, really comfortable, and then it can make you not want to do the work that you came here to do. And that's where I was for about 6 years of my marriage. I got my corporate job, I did the corporate life, I did the traditional housewife work where he made more money, I took care of the house. Like, I am telling you, I tried. For 6 years, I tried to climb the corporate ladder, still be this ambitious woman while being a traditional wife, all of those things. But there was always that voice inside of me that was nudging me for more. I know for me, that voice is the voice of my soul, which is telling me, hey, knock, knock, knock. We didn't come here for this. We came here for more. We came here for a bigger life. We came here to do sacred work. We came here to disrupt how things are. We came here to be a leader. We came here to create an impact. We came here to build our legacy. We didn't come here to just live the 9 to 5, make someone else rich, and just live a small life, right? Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you enjoy and that's what you're here to do, I love that for you. I wish that could have been me, because to me, just easier than having to be out here challenging anything and everything and figuring out how to get through all these roadblocks just to prove that it can be done. However, my soul came here for that, and I can't deny my soul. I am 34 years old, and I tried to do things the way that the world wants it to be done. I tried to do things the way my parents wanted it to be done, but I can't. And my husband and I, our power struggle phase was really tough, to be honest. That's why we decided to get our own apartments in New York City. So during the week, I was like, babe, I just need a minute to figure out what my soul is asking of me, because the voices are getting louder and louder and louder, and I need to just sit and listen. And he didn't understand it at the time. And he was, just didn't really believe in spirituality. He really just didn't think that, he thought I was making things up, obviously, because it's the unseen. And for him, he's a realist. He doesn't really believe in the woo-woo unseen, this other world, versus it was my lived experience. So at the same time, he didn't understand it, but he also couldn't invalidate my life experiences because I was living it. So he had to respect it. because he loves me, right? If the person truly loves you, they're going to trust that at some point you get to choose what you need to do for your own fulfillment and for your own happiness, because a relationship can never fulfill you, a career can never fulfill you, anything outside of you can never fulfill you. The void that we feel within us comes from our disconnection to our soul. So the minute you sit and you detach from these external things and you really start to connect with your inner world, that's how you start to fulfill the cracks in your foundation and become a stable, strong, secure person on your own, so that you can build everything that you want on top of that, right? You can build the relationships that you want, you can build a career that you want, you can build the impact that you want, but you can't do any of that properly and be satisfied if you don't sit with your inner self to figure out where those cracks are in your foundation, and then create space for source to pour gold into those cracks so that you can get back to wholeness. So a dreamer, visionary, you're going to have a lot more inner work to do that is going to not be seen by people outside of you, which is why it's more important than ever to have a community of people who are like you, like other entrepreneurs, other dreamers, other doers who get it, who know how much inner work is required to go on the path of entrepreneurship, and understand that if the people that you love are, questioning it, they don't fully support it, or you feel like they don't fully support it, most likely it's because they see how hard it's going to be and they're wondering, why are you choosing the more difficult path? And sometimes you just have to choose the more difficult path because it's going to satisfy your soul. And that's what we're here to do, right? We're not here to satisfy our ego. We are truly here to fulfill our soul purpose, our soul mission. And sometimes that asks us to be delusional, be big dreamers, and go through a lot of setbacks and roadblocks and roller coasters and the ups and downs and the dips and valleys of life. But for me, that's so worth it, because I'd rather have a really fun life that is going to take me places and show me the world and allow me to experience things that I can't even imagine, versus live in a very expected, predictable, routine, day in, day out kind of a life. Again, nothing wrong with that, but that's not for me, and I'm sure that's not for you, which is why you're here watching this video. So if you are in that power struggle phase right now in your relationship or with your family or your loved ones or your friends, and you feel like you're the only person in this world who is a dreamer, who has a vision and has these big, ambitious goals and dreams for yourself, get yourself into circles and communities and worlds where there are other dreamers and doers too. My group, Shakti Society, is an incredible place to help you build your personal brand while you build your legacy. It is going to help you with your content creation, with strategy on platform, but more importantly, helping you identify where are those cracks in your foundation and where can we tune that up so that you can tweak your frequency and align with your authentic code, so you can become a magnet for all of the things that you desire in your life. And it's going to help you discover your soul purpose as you're building your personal brand, because it's really going to get you rooted and grounded in who you are and why you're here, clarity in like your message, and connect with your audience and really understand what is your purpose, like your unique purpose. And I can also help you with navigating these tricky relationships, because I have had to really learn how to create space for my husband's limited perceptions of what life could be, sit comfortably in my nervous system, and also like really value his perspective to ground me into reality, so that when I am dreaming big, he helps me bring it down into the tangible and really put it into practice. So it's not just us meditating and manifesting and visualizing and vision boarding and all of those things. It starts there, and then you really bring it down and root it and ground it into your reality, so that you can figure out the action steps needed so that you can start to walk the path towards that destiny. But if you're just sitting there and doing the dreaming and none of the doing, then everything that those people are saying is true. You're never going to achieve your goals. You're never going to do the work that you came here to do. And you're just going to be sitting here wondering, why is nothing happening? I'm doing all the things. I'm doing all the spiritual stuff, but nothing's happening in your reality. So really understand that when it comes to you on your journey, you are dreaming and then you're also a human who has to do. So figuring out where that connection is, and that's the work that I help you do in my mentorship program, in Shakti Society, in my world. Just hop into my world, whether it's in my emails, hit subscribe, hit like, get into my community so that we can get you aligned, rooted, and grounded so that we can actualize those dreams into reality. And we can prove to all the people that doubted us that we were actually able to do all that we dreamed that we could do. And life can be extremely fun and juicy and vibrant and exciting, and you can have incredible opportunities, and you can meet incredible people, and you can be an incredible human being with really big life experiences and create whatever you want that really fuels your passions, your emotions, your joy. Like, be an emotionally driven person, and that's not a negative thing. It is actually your superpower. But that's a video for another day. And if you like this one, I hope you hit subscribe, like, leave a comment. I love listening to what you guys have to say. Share your experience. Let me know if you're the dreamer or you're the realist, and how are you navigating that tricky balance in a relationship so that other people can see your unique point of view. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys next time.